Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I am Cody from Mr. 4am Builds, and in today's episode, I'm going to show you how to build a elevated garden so you can keep the critters out, and it has a self-drain so it won't turn into a cesspool. Let's get into it. With my legs being cut to final height, I'm going to go through now. I'm going to mark out exactly where I want my notches to be, and they are specific for each corner so you can't get those confused. So make sure you take your time and write it on the top of them exactly where they go. Now that we've got our legs all marked up, it's always good to put them all together and just take that, what I like to call a 30,000 foot view of everything, so you can see that the tops are lined up, the sides are lined up, and everything is marked up properly, so when you go start cutting, you don't make any mistakes. Something kind of crazy happened. I want to show you all the tension that was on these boards. And yes, that is a mark for my PP. At least I'm wearing it. I'm gonna have to go trim that up before I can even run it through the table saw. With all my legs now ran through the table saw, I brought them in here because I need to finish off my cut. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the oscillating tool, and I'm just gonna run right along the line right here, and I'm just going to plunge cut that in there. It's really close to the line. I can't complain about that. This side, it's a little bit off because I lowered the blade, didn't think about it. So sue me, we'll still figure it out. I think it's gonna work decent. Not the fastest, but it's gonna work. So admittedly, that probably wasn't the best way to do it, but it still gets the job done. I'm gonna have to go through, I'm gonna trim a little bit more of it up. I can use the chisel to smooth any parts out and just take care of all that. I could have used a router, but I didn't know if I'd have been able to do it that accurately. So this got the job done. It's okay. Our garden bed is going to roughly be 4 feet by 2 feet deep. So out of these 12-foot boards, we can cut them at just under 4 feet. So 4, 8, 12 will give us one board. And then on the sides, we can use one board, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, math. And then we can get those 3 pieces for the front, 3 pieces for the back, 3 pieces for the right side, 3 pieces for the left side. So that's why I struggled with these 12-footers. Did you know I got a video on these removable miter cell wings? Check it out. So for the shorter boards, I'm gonna cut them all at 22 just to make sure we can get all 6 pieces out of one 12-footer. I don't want to, but I have to. I have to. I just don't like the way that the bottom is rounded over and these sides aren't. So if we just hit them with a quick little round over, it'll create a little shadow gap, and I think we'll like it much more. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't, but I have to. We have to. For the main box construction, I am just going to face screw it. So I'm just going to use a drawer pull guide so I can get all those spacing nice and even. So with our holes all now pre-drilled, we're gonna go through and start construction assembly. And we are also gonna use some PL Premium along with the screws to put it all together. That's one down. That's two down. Side three's done. Side four's done. Support the bottom, I'm just gonna glue and screw a couple 2x4s in on the sides, and then those are just gonna have a very shallow pitch towards the center, and that's where I'm gonna be able to put in a little drain so that if we have any massive rain or anything, it'll run towards there underneath the dirt, and then I can just get it to weep out in one spot. And for the slope of this, I didn't do anything special. I just put it at the bottom in the center, and on the outsides, I just put about a finger thickness underneath it because water will always roll downhill. It's actually undefeated. For those boards we just put in, I'm not gonna glue them, screw them, or nail them. I'm just gonna let them sit there and let gravity hold them down, again, which is undefeated. For the top frame, I'm just gonna use cedar 2x4s, and now that I have all those cut and dry fit to the top, and I like how they look, I'm just gonna go through and put pocket holes in them all, and I'm gonna connect them, and then as that frame is all in one piece, I'm just gonna set it down to the top and then secure it. Because the pocket holes are towards the inside of that frame, I want to get a little security on the outside. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use some 2.5-inch trim head screws, and I'm just going to go around and put those in, and I can always putty those little screw holes if need be. To help prevent the wood from rotting out, I am going to line the inside of this with plastic, and then so that it doesn't become a swimming pool, I have a 3-inch perforated pipe that's going to go in the center. And then that's also gonna have a little drain that goes out towards the bottom. And then once we get all that set, then we can fill it with dirt and put the top on. For the waterproof lining, all we're gonna use is good garbage bags. With the liner in place, I have some painter's tape holding it on the sides just so that it doesn't fall in. And then I also use some DeWalt batteries in the corners to keep it from falling in on itself. And now I'm just gonna go through with the staple gun and just staple it around the top, but not too tight. Make sure to leave some slack in there. With the top on, I'm just gonna go around and make sure everything's tucked in. If there is a little bit of the excess liner sticking out, I can always just cut it off. I'm just gonna face screw it down. To finish up this build, that's all we have left to do is throw a coat of sealer on it. But I know nobody wants to watch it, so I'm gonna end this clip in 4, 3, 2, 1. And to see the reveal, you gotta go outside. If you like the looks of this raised garden bed, it was 2 4x4 posts, 6 deck boards, 2 2x4s, and some odd end screws and stuff that goes on the inside. If you like eating vegetables and you want to make one for your house, I think you'd enjoy the project. In the meantime, get out there, buy cool tools, build cool stuff, and tell your friends about it. See ya. Use a little... Oh, Jesus, why can't I think of the fucking name of this thing? Can you turn that down?